left, on the right, I mean, with Johanne, and Þórdís on the left from Iceland. The main judge is Björn Omholt, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And the range is clear for our first set of the day. Compound under 16 women's gold final match. Let's wish the archers good luck.
Yeah. Let the first arrows fly today.
And it's quite nice because right now the sun is starting to peek out as well.
Yeah, so it's getting a little warmer. It's been cold in the air today, so it's important to stay warm. We see the archers have sweaters under their t-shirts.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our first end coming. Þórdís is gonna take it away. We saw her during practice yesterday. She had a nice, comfortable, calm draw,
Yeah.
and she continues where she left off yesterday, which is quite impressive.
That's a good 10. Nice to get it out of your system and just start feeling good. And a 9 for Johanna. Oh, that's a wide 8.
Oh, that's some that drew out. Probably something. That was quite.
You
We
see, it's very,
we
very
did not see
windy.
her shooting like that yesterday. That was
No.
quite interesting. I don't think I can remember a shot to the left. Oh, Johanne is.
9.
She is doing it comfortably.
She's having a good group, but you can see behind the archers and everything that the wind is picking up a bit. So it's probably the reason why.
But
That's a
she's
good
back
10.
in the
Yeah.
10. So it's
That feels good after a shot like that.
yeah. So it's a quite comfortable 28 there for Þórdís. Johanne has an asterisk to her 9.
If she shoots a 10 here, it's all even. Possibly, unless that
Oh,
9
and
gets
she
up. And
does.
She does.
That's quite cool.
So it looks like we'll be having an even match today. As the first one to go out.
I would, based on what we see here, I would call the arrow out. So it's definitely 28-28.
it looks like a 9.
So, and again, this is a compound match, so this is not set-based. They're shooting a total of how many
Yeah.
arrows?
15 arrows, 150 points. And the one who has the highest points by the end of 5 rounds wins the match.
Would you think that this has... That's not much, but there's some wind at least. How would you usually approach this?
I would usually try to just keep my shots at nice and rhythm is nice and important, but the wind will push the ball out, which usually makes you tense up a bit. So it's important to just stick with your flow and have trust in your technique. It's always important. Oh, that's a nice 10 for both of those girls. And also with alternating shooting, you have only 20 seconds to shoot at 1 arrow. And at the same time, you have a lot of pressure to shoot your arrow correctly, but at the same time, your opponent, as soon as your opponent is done shooting, your time starts. So you might not have that time to reset as you usually do. That's a low now. She didn't look very happy with that shot. But it's still good.
I can actually detect that there's a nice breathing rhythm in Þórdís'
Yeah.
ends. And you
And a
could,
high.
you could almost see before the shot was
Yeah.
executed that there was something that was amiss.
If she shoots a 10 here, it was still equal. And she
Does not.
does not.
No, it's a
Sorry,
9.
that's the old one. So Þórdís is leading by 1.
Yeah. And the judges come out to do the scoring.
Maybe you haven't practiced that, shooting with the sun in your face.
And so now Johanne is taking it away with the first shot of this set.
That's a
And
nice 10.
That's a 10.
Hitting the line is hitting the line.
Yeah, it still counts
Yeah,
as in. It's in.
10. Oh, she's holding a long 10 there. She did not look happy with the low weights.
Oh yeah, she dropped quite a bit.
Yeah. And now the leader has changed.
Which
Just
actually
like
shows
that.
how quickly it can
Yeah.
change, especially
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
shooting on a quite. You can see the level between these two
Yeah.
is they're quite evenly matched.
It wasn't that big of a difference in their qualifying either.
No, there was just a couple of points.
Yeah.
I really do have to point out though. I really do like that Þórdís has a. It looks like she has a quite
Oh, that's a
consistent.
nice
Ooh,
30.
that's strong. That's impossible to beat, but for her sake, I hope she shoots a 10 to just get a good feeling after this end.
And she
And
does.
she does.
And now from the previous end, the leader has switched with 1 point. So Johanne was trailing last end, and now Þórdís is trailing.
And we're off in our 4th end.
And now Þórdís will start shooting because she is trailing. Behind with 1 point.
I noticed that she has a really... you could really clearly see that she inhales during her raise and that there's a clear exhale during her draw and anchoring. Which is something that I really like to see in archers, that they have like a... Oh, that's a nice shot. That is a strong shot.
You can see there's a lot of wind on the field. Oh, and she answers.
That's a nice return. You can actually see she's being affected by the wind a bit. You can see the bow shaking a bit.
And that's the hard part because your balance will be affected, and she's holding up for a long time now.
Oh, and she still manages a comfortable 10. That is very impressive. And we have to remember that they only have 20 seconds for each arrow.
And she answers. Johanne is saying, you ain't got nothing for free from me today.
So Þórdís had the lead, but is now trailing. But Johanne is... Oh, she's leaving the door open for Johanne to increase the lead by 1 point. Let's see if she can take it.
With that shot.
Oh, that is a liner. No, that is difficult to see, but
the judge will probably have another look at that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be... We can just... we'll see what the judges say here. So now we're going into the 5th end.
5th and final end.
And Þórdís is trailing, and she has now the opportunity to put some pressure on Johanne.
Johanne will have that final arrow, knowing which points she needs to hit to win the match, and that is a lot of pressure. She looks calm and collected. Oh, a 9.
We can actually see that the wind is really affecting them. We can see them on the stabilizers and on the bow. I would actually almost say that Johanne looks a bit that's strong. And I was about to say she looked a bit more calm during the shot, less affected by the wind.
Yeah.
You can see Þórdís is shaking a bit, or not shaking, but moving a bit more, which makes the shots so difficult. But that is a 10. That is a 10.
It's a good feeling. And you know, it's like a mental game because you're moving quite a lot.
Oh, okay.
She still gets it.
She still gets it. I get the impression that she felt a bit lucky with that one.
Yeah, sometimes you do that.
Oh, another arrow that drew out just to the 9. So that's I would say surely a 28. So a 7 to win the match.
And a 9.
And a 9.
Yeah.
So no matter what that arrow is going to be marked up as, she is Johanne is going to be the winner of this match.
Yeah. I'm losing this match.
And we have a confirmation from the judge that Johanne is the victor of this match. We can see the archers thanking each other and giving each other a nice hug, thanking for the match, which was a great.
It was a great match to watch.